LeBron and the NFL, an unrequited romance. We recently learned that we might have missed out on this all-time great LeBron James. LA Clippers head coach Doc Rivers said what you're looking at. I don't know if there's ever been an athlete in our league like LeBron James. I really believe if LeBron James had to play football, he may have been the greatest football player ever at whatever position. So LeBron also spoke publicly about training for football during the 2011 NBA lockout. And Mav Carter brought up the Cowboys contract. What? That Jerry Jones offered LeBron? That's crazy. Love it. Love all of this. We love talking about this and this what if. So, Shriggs, do you agree with Doc Rivers that LeBron would have been the GOAT, the greatest of all time in football?
No, he wouldn't have been the greatest of all time in football, but he might have been a really good tight end. I look at the size and the measurables. Obviously, we know LeBron's an insane athlete, but look at the, I mean, could you imagine this at the tight end spot? If all of these guys looked like they were dominant monsters at the tight end spot, Gronk, Gonzalez, Winslow, Gates, Newsome, now you throw in a 6'9", 250-pound gazelle out there. LeBron does things on a day-to-day basis that shocks and awes us every time we watch a game. I think his sheer athleticism would have made him a great tight end. I have no doubt he had the toughness. I just don't know if I could put him in like the Jerry Rice conversation. Sorry, Doc.
Peter, I agree with you, but I think you might be selling him short, lining him up at tight end. I don't see any reason LeBron could not be a wide receiver. I think LeBron is probably incredibly fast. We don't know what his 40 time is. If I had to guess, I would say LeBron could drop a low 4.5. I don't know, maybe 4.4 when he was young. We're talking about LeBron. This is the guy who, you know, oftentimes people disparage fringe sports or lower end sports like swimming or volleyball or by saying, well, big deal. If LeBron had done that since he was a kid, he would dominate. And people get insulted by it. But of course it's true. It's any sport. I saw that Calais Campbell was saying LeBron should be a defensive end. And sure, of course, it's 6'9", 250. Imagine a much more gifted, much taller Jason Taylor, for example. He's an absolute nightmare. I would only say, and Nate, I hope you're getting in your feelings about this, because I know sometimes you get defensive about football. I would just like to see, you know, a young LeBron, let's say he goes across the middle, and this is years ago, and a young Sean Taylor tunes him up. Or right now, it's old LeBron, and Jamal Adams says, don't come across the middle. Of course, LeBron's big and gifted and whatnot, but is he getting up from that? Does he have that? Because I know he's an athlete and all that. There's football and there's everything else. Nate, I can't wait to hear what you think.
Listen, over the last few days, I've been getting into the Twilight Zone. I'm talking about the original, black and white. I'm talking starting from the first episode. I don't know why, but it is the most interesting stuff in the world. And this is perfect for the Twilight Zone. Imagine a world where a guy, 6'9", wingspan, 7 foot, 250 plus, can dominate football. Like, it is that type of kind of thought. And I feel like with LeBron James, I have this kind of personal affection for LeBron because my little brother played against him in AAU, and I remember him saying he is the most physically gifted. This is high school LeBron versus my high school little brother. And then my brother now, who coaches in the league, we were having drinks one day, and I said, how good is LeBron? This was years ago. And my brother Kevin said, Nate, LeBron is the most physically gifted man that has ever been placed on this earth. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, he's 6'9". LeBron now is 250. This is skinny LeBron. Back then, when we were having this conversation, LeBron was about 275, 280. And my brother said, LeBron is 275, and he's the fastest person in the NBA. This is the NBA with Russell Westbrook, every fast point guard in the league. He is the fastest guy. This is when he would take the ball from baseline to baseline in like 3 or 4 dribbles. So now you put that guy at tight end, receiver, put him at DN. Listen, LeBron came out playing point guard like Magic Johnson at 18 years old.
Can he
it's
take
not
a
crazy
hit,
to think
Nate?
he could play quarterback as well. He can, yeah, I believe he can. Listen, you're talking about Jamal Adams hitting him. Jamal Adams is what, 225? Sean Taylor is about 230.
Right.
LeBron at one point was 285 and was the most physically gifted dude in the NBA. I'm just saying, sometimes the safety has to worry about getting hit by a guy like LeBron.
I'm worried about LeBron's knees. He's so tall, getting hit and staying upright. What do you guys out there think? This is obviously a hot topic this morning at GMF.